loved her to death.
Are you guys a couple?
Well, T, that's my girl, my friend, my family.
Do you have sex?
That's my love, my soldier, my life. She my everything, and I trust her.
Because you bought her a Bentley truck.
Yes.
So the implication is that's your girlfriend.
She my life. I love her to death.
They say love can make you blind. But in Birdman's case, it might have also made him $160 million poorer. What started as one of the most surprising celebrity pairings in R&B quickly unraveled into what fans are now calling one of the wildest divorce scandals of the decade. And if the latest claims are true, Toni Braxton might have played a long game that nobody saw coming. Birdman is finally breaking his silence, and he isn't holding back. According to him, the legendary R&B singer didn't just break his heart, she might have tried to break his bank too. Reports say that just 2 days after marrying him, Toni filed for divorce, demanding a mind-blowing $160 million payout. That's not a separation, that's a strategic strike. Let's rewind. Toni Braxton and Birdman had been off and on since 2016, confusing fans with a romance that never quite made sense. Then in 2018, Birdman proposed with a $5 million yellow diamond ring. It was huge, flashy, and impossible to ignore. But the fairy tale fizzled fast. No wedding updates, no real explanations, just silence. Until suddenly, in 2023, they were spotted together again, cozy and close. And by August 2024, they were married. But only for 2 days. Toni listed their separation date as August 10th, 2024, just 48 hours after the wedding. Then came the divorce papers. And attached? A jaw-dropping demand, $160 million. The exact amount of Birdman's net worth. Fans were stunned. Was this a money grab? Or just a case of bad timing? But here's where things get even murkier. Toni Braxton doesn't have a clean financial slate. In fact, her money struggles are legendary. She filed for bankruptcy not once, but twice, first in 1998 and again in 2010. At her peak, she was raking in millions from record sales, but somehow it all slipped through her fingers. Lavish spending, lawsuits, and unpaid taxes haunted her career. And when Oprah asked her about it on national TV, it didn't go well. Oprah challenged her spending habits. Toni felt attacked. And in that moment, the public began to doubt the image she had built. She claimed she took full responsibility. But for many, the damage was already done. Then came more drama. That $5 million engagement ring? Toni said she lost it. Left it on a plane. The bag it was in got returned, but the ring? Vanished. Birdman brushed it off at first, saying it wasn't a big deal. But behind the scenes, whispers grew louder. Rumors claimed Toni didn't lose the ring at all. She allegedly pawned it to settle debts. If that's true, the trust between them wasn't just broken. It was obliterated. It wasn't the first time she faced accusations about questionable financial behavior. In the early 2000s, she made headlines again for disputes with her former record label, which she blamed for withholding royalties. That case was settled out of court, but it added more smoke to an already blazing fire of financial controversy surrounding her. So when Toni re-entered Birdman's life in 2023, people were skeptical. Her music career had stalled. Album sales were dismal. Her reality show, Braxton Family Values, had faded from the spotlight. And her financial outlook wasn't looking good. Then, like a plot twist, she shows back up in Birdman's orbit. Was it fate? Or was it strategy? Birdman claims she was persistent, kept showing up, rekindled old feelings. And after a year of dating again, they tied the knot. But within 48 hours, Toni was done. That's not heartbreak, that's something else entirely. The public was divided. Some believed Toni was playing a long con. Others said Birdman was bitter and trying to flip the narrative. But even fellow celebs started weighing in. 50 Cent, never one to stay quiet, mocked the situation on Instagram, joking about women wanting payment for years of intimacy. It was messy, loud, and impossible to ignore. Birdman, on the other hand, felt betrayed. According to sources close to him, he believes Toni was never in it for love. And that missing $5 million ring? That was the beginning of the end. Now, he's calling her out, publicly and privately, and he's not sugarcoating anything. And let's be real, this isn't the first time Toni's financial moves have raised eyebrows. Her bankruptcies weren't small stumbles. In 2010, she claimed debts ranging between $10 million and $50 million. That's not just money mismanagement. That's a financial collapse. She blamed part of it on her health, a heart condition that led to the cancellation of her Las Vegas residency. But there were also major insurance issues, legal disputes, and a whole trail of unpaid bills. She went from platinum albums to barely charting. Her last album only sold 7,000 copies. The one before? Around 16,000. For someone who once dominated the charts, those numbers are grim. To make matters worse, Toni's business decisions were often under scrutiny. From failed endorsements to lawsuits involving concert cancellations, it always seemed like trouble followed the money. Her fans stayed loyal, but even they started questioning some of her choices. Which brings us back to Birdman, a mogul worth millions, a flashy, high-profile figure, and maybe a vulnerable target. When Toni showed back up in his life, it might have looked like love. But now, the pieces are falling into place. Fans are connecting the dots. The rekindled romance, the suspicious divorce timing, the massive payout demand, the missing ring, the bankruptcies. It all starts to look like a pattern. And Birdman? He says he's done being quiet. He wants respect on his name, and he's not saying it again. Toni Braxton has yet to speak publicly about the allegations. But the silence is deafening. Is she avoiding the drama? Or is she hiding from the truth? Whether you believe Birdman or stand by Toni, one thing's clear. This isn't just a breakup story. It's a cautionary tale about love, money, and trust in the spotlight. And as more details emerge, the question remains, did Toni really play Birdman? Or is he rewriting the story to protect his pride? Because this saga, it's far from over. And the next chapter might be even messier.